So, on the last episode, our posse had tracked a missing girl, Clara O'Leary, to an abandoned farmhouse that had been transformed into a fortress by a gang of outlaws named the Yonder Brothers. Through the use of dynamite, they managed to collapse a windmill and attacked from all sides, pinning the outlaws down and forcing them to surrender. However, when our illustrious Clint Cameron Colewood entered to negotiate, he found that things were rather strange inside. Everybody was acting weird, including the girl that was they were there to rescue. The evidence that they had collected didn't match her appearance and the stories that were being told. However, rather than keep her from her family, they decided to send her home and follow up in the morning. On the way back to Black Horse, they found a seemingly abandoned cart that was previously occupied, but its occupants, the Muckinfusses, had been attacked and consumed by prairie ticks, a fist-sized insect that attempted to crawl down the throats of our heroes. That night, everybody decided to retire to their chambers, where the two players who are not here at the moment got better acquainted with each other. So, we're going to pick up with you, Dale. You return back to the ranch, to the farm. Clara and Mr. O'Leary Rowan is very, very happy to see his daughter. Kudos for job well done. After everybody calms down, everybody retires for the evening. Is there anything that you want to do before you go to bed? It's about 4 in the morning by the time you get back to the ranch. Maybe a little earlier.
I was under the assumption I don't think Dale was going to be able to sleep because of what happened during combat.
Well, he can sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Dale probably would set up, restock his supplies that he used from the gunfight on shells as well as the pistol ammo he had. After everything was said and done, I think he would try and lay down and try and have sleep take him.
You got it. So, after sleeping, I would like you to roll a spirit check for me. And that is, I believe, for you, that is at a -1.
So this is just standard D6 plus the wild die?
Yep. Okay. Then you take the higher. If you roll 6, you roll again.
There you go.
6. Yeah, it would be 6. So I had a 6 and I rolled and I got a 7 and a 1. That's -1.
And you sleep just fine for the night.
Exhaustion takes over.
Yes, sir. So, the next day comes. You guys do sleep in a bit because it was 4 in the morning.
Okay.
But you all have obligations, so we can fast forward through obligations. You've got farm work to do.
Yep.
You guys have some paperwork to fill out. Some of your obligations are like stuff you might want to role play or not. But there's the Clara O'Leary situation that needs to be investigated.
Right. Well, we said that he was going to bring her the next day, so he's going to come with her. I think we said that last session.
Last session, I believe he said you can come to the
Okay,
house.
okay, I wasn't sure if he was going to come down. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
fine. I wasn't sure.
There is also the matter of cleanup at the site where you found those bodies.
Right.
You could do more.
Found those bodies.
When you were attacked by prairie ticks, there were 2 dead
bodies. Oh, right.
And in the daylight, easier to clean up the mess, bring the bodies to the Undertaker, inform next of kin, and stuff like that.
So can I just be assumed that's part of our duties? Like
you can, unless there's anything else you want to do involved with that. I can skip over. And I think you and I talked about you wanted to do some background research on your new friends.
Yes.
As part of your daily things.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can we could just roll and speed through, or if there's anything you guys want to do in particular, let me know. Otherwise, we'll move on.
The things I want to do, I would like to talk to the Muck and Fusses. I guess they're next of kin, or if there's any other family members they had in the area, because it sounded like they were well known, because it put us all on a bummer of a mood.
So the Muck
love the Muck and Fusses.
The Muck and Fusses are not. They're not. They don't live in town.
But they live in our hearts.
Yes,
so,
they live.
Always.
They live in our hearts. They're trappers.
Right.
And they're fur traders. So they live outside of town. You could send a letter to their. You know that Chad, the dad.
Chad the dad.
Yeah, and his he's got a son. So it was Chad and Hunter.
Okay.
They have another. Obviously Chad has a wife. And he has another daughter and a young son, probably around maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, I would like to inform them of the.
So you could just send a letter, or you could ride out. It would take probably most of the day to ride out. You could draft a letter and send it.
I would draft a letter, and I would say to come in at or if they want to, but just let them know what's happened. So you know.
Yep. So yeah, you can.
Would a letter back in that time period? Would getting a letter saying, "Hey, your son and husband are dead," would that be kind of bad, or should I go out?
That's really the only way that you could communicate it.
I guess.
I mean, you could ride out, which would be like the more neighborly thing to do. However, it's one of those things that you're a lawman, not like. You're not a sympathy case.
Is there somebody that I can just say, hey, get the intern to do that? You know.
You can. Well, you would probably draft the letter yourself, but you would get you could get postage to deliver it.
Right.
And you could do that for free as a perk of your.
These guys weren't main characters. I don't feel like doing that, so I'll send a letter.
Yeah. Okay. So you.
They live in our heart.
You draft a letter. You don't even have to sign it yourself. You can sign it as the sheriff.
Yep.
So. Normally what you do, there's a fund for this. You send your condolences, put some of the money for the fund in there, and tell them that, they can come, collect the bodies, or we can bury them here in our cemetery. You basically setting up funeral arrangements through a letter.
Yeah, I'll set up a funeral arrangement and we'll collect the body. Let's have like a nice little funeral tonight. Not a nice one, but a nice little party remembering the Muck and Fusses.
Yeah,
we can do that.
A celebration of their life.
Let's do that. All right. So we're gonna hold that for tonight, okay? And we're gonna send a letter. And that's gonna be tonight. Okay.
Get here quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we want to
Yeah. You know what? If that's what you're doing, tell me what's in the letter that you're writing.
So we're gonna say, "Dear Mary Muck and Fuss."
Okay. Canon. Your name is
Mary Muck and Fuss. I regret to inform you that during our travels last night, we found one Chad and Henry Muck and Fuss have Hunter
Henry
and Chad Muck and Fuss. Yeah, well, we were friends, so I called him Henry.
Yeah.
I was gonna write that down and bring that up later.
They had troubles on the road last night, and unfortunately have passed. We know this is a troubling time for you, but tonight at sundown, we wanted to have a remembrance of their life, because the Muck and Fusses were very well respected in our town, and we feel like they deserve a proper send-off, and everyone deserves a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So, if you can find it during your grief-stricken time, Mary Muck and Fuss, please come down and let us celebrate these lives that were taken from us too soon.
Good Lord. So you, I guess, need to get the. Let me just check what his name is. You take the bodies to the Undertaker.
Right.
Bill Grosnick.
Bill Grosnick.
You basically tell him like. Hey,
I call him Bill Gro.
Okay. Bill Gro. You basically tell him like, yeah, I sent a letter that won't arrive by tonight, but we're having...
Well, I put an expedited shipping, so it should be...
Yeah.
We gave it to the Pony Express.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Like in tears, like panting.
Whoa.
So...
DJ scared the shit out of me.
Hey, our other players arrived.
Just waking up from this
drunken slumber from the old hotel last night.
Welcome, DJ.
We'll now be having a 5-night-long funeral.
The whole town is up in arms over the death of the Muck and Fusses.
The Muck and Fusses were loved in this town.
Which has not been, you haven't told anybody, so this is still a secret that these guys died.
On town, yeah, I'm going to make an announcement at some point. So.
Great.
We're going to
That's
grab the town
definitely-
crier.
I would also like you, for the purposes of expediting getting through this, I would like you to roll a notice check, like an investigation of the crime scene, their death scene, in daylight.
Gotta get my dice tower erected.
Is that notice?
Erection.
Yeah.
That's a 2. And that's you?
Are you going with him, or are you researching?
So
Probably dragging.
how far out is the crime scene? Because I figured like I would go with him to the crime scene and then probably break off.
Okay, it's probably like a 15-20 minute hard ride.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
we're doing this in like the morning.
Okay.
So I would
Yeah.
go with him to that.
Yeah, we need backup, in case more.
Cool. So you could both roll notice.
Go to sleep at 4, wake up at 8. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. As you do.
Bit of the dog, the hair of the dog that bit you.
4. Roll a 4.
2.
Okay. So, there was definitely the prairie ticks that killed them. There is like a you open up the shirt. There's about a fist-size hole in their chest,
Ouch.
which is that's what happens when a prairie tick gets
When they come out?
Yeah, it gets inside you, and
God.
when it's fed enough, it bursts out.
Oh, that's kind of.
It's xenomorphy.
Very. Prairie ticks haven't been a problem for a few years. The population was, has kind of been under control. Nobody's, there hasn't been a death from one. But in the recent months, they've been appearing again.
Okay.
It's kind of going with in line with mysterious disappearances. It's very similar to how when you first arrived in Black Horse, there were strange disappearances. And you remember when both of you first came here, this was a spooky town. Like, it always felt like somebody was looking over, watching you. You could hear voices in the wind, and it was like, but as you worked and arrested people and shot varmints and coyotes and stuff, all of that spooky stuff died down. And you just wrote it off as like, we were green back then. Now all of that like spooky stuff, like voices in the wind and stuff, that's not going on. But things are starting to
Heating up a little bit.
repeating patterns.
Okay.
Repeating patterns. And neither of you wanted to go back to that because that was hard work. I mean, you guys still work hard to keep this town safe, but you guys were like in gunfights with the Yonda brothers.
We got a lid on it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we probably would want to let the town know at least about, hey, they're coming back, so we should at least make them aware that to not go out like late at night by themselves at least.
Yeah, I think that could be probably a post with the announcement of the death of the Muck and Fusses. Like, oh, by the way, there's
Yeah.
At night there's dangerous stuff. Just be on the lookout.
You also post. There's a notice board in town, and there's also you guys could talk to the newspaper, to print it in the local newspaper on Monday.
Like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, the newspaper.
The Black Horse Ledger.
The Black Horse Ledger.
Yeah.
I have a handout for it.
Pass that down, DJ. DJ, did you see the Black Horse
DJ
Ledger?
can't see it yet. He has to buy one.
Oh,
Damn. So today's date in game is Wednesday the 13th. That is on Monday. That is Monday.
And if you follow us on Twitter,
Wait,
you can
wait.
get your own copy of the Black
Thursday.
Horse Ledger. I don't know if that's a
Monday,
real
Tuesday,
thing, but
Wednesday,
let's
yeah.
just say it is.
It's
Yeah.
not, 'cause this is the 10th.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And the next one will come out on Monday. So, you guys are breaking off.
Subscribe to the
Handled
Patreon.
that. Going your separate ways. Where are you guys going?
Me?
Yeah, well, he said he's breaking off.
I'm going back to town, I guess, let the town know. I'll give them an announcement of what's happening.
Okay, so you're going to take the bodies in and draft a report.
He drags
You're
them into
going
the
back
center
to
of
the
town.
office to do research, or are you going to the O'Leary's?
I'm gonna go back to the office. Do I know where him and Justin's character stayed?
You did. You went into Jack's room and got his bag of dynamite.
Okay. Do I know where DJ's staying?
You don't know where he is right now.
I was last minute.
Okay.
Change.
Yeah.
Change.
Gotcha.
He walked out of the office and just into the night.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really know where he is.
Gotcha. What kind of research can I do at the office?
You got files and you correspond with other, like, sheriff's offices and things like that. Like the other towns, the lawmen correspond. Sometimes you get reports from the federal marshal, like wanted people to look out for.
Okay.
Local records, things like that.
So I'll go back to the office to I guess report which Yonda got killed that night. Is that
No,
none of the Yondas.
none of them did? Okay, it was just
Yeah.
all their goons.
Yeah,
And
so
Aaron
yes.
Yonda is the one that we encountered.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron Yonda is still alive.
Okay.
He has my class. He looked like he was close to death though, but
So I'll go back to the office and I'll send out I'll send out a report about the prairie ticks because all the other
Yeah.
all the other sheriffs and stuff should know about it.
Yeah.
They should be like clued in.
Sure.
And also I would probably ask them if anyone's like seen anything weird, had any like weird sightings, stuff like that.
Okay, so you won't get a response back for a couple days, probably.
Okay.
But is there any, if you and that doesn't require a roll. That's just something you do.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else, like, any, you want to look for any names in records, wanted individuals, things like that? Or
Yeah, so can I look into both of their records just to see if like their names come up anywhere?
sure,
Okay.
you can roll research. Yeah, it would be research.
Okay.
Which is at I don't think you have research, so it's at a -2.
Okay.
D4 -2, but you roll your wild, and you all start with 3 bennies. So if you really want information, you can always reroll.
Yeah. I don't know if I want information that bad yet.
Yeah.
I think you do. I think you need that information.
No, I rolled a 2.
On both?
2 and a 1. Oh, so is that a critical?
No,
No,
it's a
it's a
double
1
pass.
and a 1.
Okay.
With that,
Negative research.
you gonna spend a benny before I go on?
I don't. No.
No, nothing comes up,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Because if you spent a penny, he would have burnt the place down. So
Mm-hmm.
So, the day goes on. What are you getting up? Because you're working on the farm. We'll get to you. What are you doing throughout the day? Justin's not here, so I can't speak for his character.
Yeah. So I would have gotten up super late in the day because I spent I spent the rest of the night at the hotel room, drinking some of my my here fine whiskey.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Is it actual whiskey or is it S2?
So anyway,
don't break immersion.
Roll a notice check.
yeah.
Dale knows about liquor.
But I think the next morning, first I would have been at some point trying to track down where, Justin probably, where he is. But, obviously he's not here right yet.
We can always rewind and go
Okay.
back to that later.
But after that fact, I would have been probably out in the streets
Yeah.
trying
Okay.
to raise a little bit of money.
Sure. So how do you go about doing that?
So I walk out. I check out from the I guess check out. I didn't pay any money for this
you slept
hotel
in
room.
Jack's room.
But I'm gonna go out to the streets and I'm gonna try and find a busy intersection.
Okay.
Um,
It's probably around 3 p.m. So there's not many people out. You gotta. It's a working day.
Okay.
So, which your character would know that sometimes it's easier to. It's easiest to sell and convince housewives on errands to do stuff. Housewives on errands on a working day.
So
Weekends is when the gentlemen go out to the bar and they play horseshoes, and that's when you play cards and grift them.
I'm gonna go then on the side of the general store.
Okay.
Because I know that's where we're gonna go to pick up groceries for the day.
Right. Yep.
Now I'm gonna stand out there at the side, and I'm gonna have my little bag.
Yeah.
And little, my little wares down below.
Yes.
And most people at this point in the town are fairly aware that people are disappearing for, as you said, unknown causes, correct?
Well, it's been kept on the DL. Clara disappeared, and it was kind of resolved.
So they don't know about that incident with her missing.
Yeah, that was last night. That was last night.
That was 2 hours ago.
Yeah. So, not to your knowledge.
Okay.
But one thing you do know is that this town has an outlaw problem. You've heard that in conversation, that the Honda Brothers have been around for a while. And, they've been a problem for a long time. You've also fought prairie ticks. So that's something.
So that's what I was trying to get at with the prairie ticks.
Oh.
I am going to be selling a tick repellent
Gotcha.
from the side of the general store.
Yeah, sure,
You should
sure.
wait for our announcement where we say to let people. Oh, would that have been in there already? Because we got up early.
No, you have no chance to get that out before this. Everything is happening in handwriting and giving letter. Like, you have to go to the newspaper and talk and post the notices. This is all happening in snail mail time.
Okay.
So he's out in front of the general store.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. Everybody, come on over. Come to Cletus Jackson's Tonics and More. Ticks seem to be a problem in the area. Listen, I got the perfect thing, and it's going to get you and your family and keep you guys safe from the old scary prairie tick.
I would like you to just roll a general. You could roll persuasion. Yeah, let's do a general persuasion check.
Persuasion. 8. Okay, 6.
6? Okay. You gather, that is a success. So nobody's flocking to you, but a mother and her daughter stop and listen to you. A guy standing across the way kind of perks his ear over, smoking a cigar outside the saloon, kind of starts listening to you. There's people listening, but it's not like crowds are flocking to you at the moment. But when you mention the prairie ticks, the mother comes right up to you, and it's like, what you selling there, stranger?
Oh there, madam. Now you gotta be wary these days about what's known as the prairie tick. Big as a hound. They out there and they'll just run up to you
Oh my stars and garters,
Yep.
they've got even bigger.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And so what you need to do to protect your family today is you need to purchase one of my signature tonics that is guaranteed to work and guaranteed to keep you and your family safe and repel any of the prairie ticks that could be out in the wild.
Well, how much? Well, let me see. What have you got for sale? Let
Well,
me see it. Let me see your wares.
So,
Man.
at this point, this is when I reach. Now, I don't actually. I have just random little vials of
Sure.
They're just
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah. They're just bottles of just random water and shit.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna ask you because you know what's in it. Is it just colored water?
So it's got
blueberries?
water with hibiscus flower leaves and other bullshit in it.
Yeah, just aesthetic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lift up a little vial and go.
It's very Gwyneth Paltrow gloop. $63 for water that literally does nothing.
So
I pick it up. Oh, vial right here has a couple of hibiscus leaves hanging in there. Now, madam, this concocted tonic is what you and your family need. All you gotta do for it to be effective is just gotta rub some down on all parts of your body, and you'll be good to go. And it lasts for about 24 hours.
24 hours? Oh, well, how much would something like this cost?
Oh, now, this is limited supply, madam. And, I can get you this, and I don't have very many. All right, and I'm destined to sell out because people are, they're running to try and grab this from me. You're lucky you came to me, while everyone was at work, and there's not a lot of people out, otherwise I would have been sold out. But you know what? I'll make a special deal for you today, and I'll sell this here little vial for only $5.
A king's ransom. Okay.
I tipped the server 1 gold.
You did roll a success on the persuasion. So here's what I'll say.
But you gotta go. But that's not all.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm
And
double offer for absolutely
I'll
free.
give you a second vial.
Absolutely free.
She's $5. I couldn't possibly afford that. Oh.
Well, man, why'd you tell me a price that you could afford today right now? Because I do got some other, things I need to attend to.
Well, I suppose if I skip on the cheese and I maybe could pay $1 for it.
$1. Drive a real hard bargain. You know what? I like you, and I want to keep your daughter safe. You know what? So, I'll sell you a vial of my wonderful tick repellent tonic for only $1. Please don't tell people that I gave you this awesome deal.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you,
Absolutely.
sir. Oh, you're an angel sent to us. Thank you. So you can add $1 to your funds.
All
You
right.
sold one.
Oh my gosh.
The guy, also for expedited sake, the guy across the way who is watching, also will purchase one. He's not going to pay $5 for it. So he would probably. I'll say he also buy it. He's also willing to pay $1.
Okay.
Because $5 is a lot of money in this time period.
That's like $100.
It cracks me up.
Hopefully it's quite
Do it for $5 just to say a $1 sold.
They got such a deal though.
And I'll say, how long are you going to spend doing this?
I'll probably do it for a couple hours before I want to head on over back to the tavern.
Okay, so just roll for me a gambling check. This is just to see how much money you make for the amount of time. If you're gambling, that somebody catches the grift. And you do get a free reroll.
Yeah.
Because of your edge.
The edge.
Ooh. Oh, looks like he's not going to need it. 10. So that's
2 successes.
an 8. So that's 2 successes. So I will say you make, over the course of how many hours?
I'd say about 2.
2 hours. I'll say you make $10.
Alright, hell yeah.
Mr. Moneybags over here has a contract to get all Justin's money, getting Justin money on the side. He is the economy of Black Horse.
Made a lady
Yeah.
skip out on
Got
cheese.
your hands on it.
Alright.
And so, anything else you want to do? As about 5 o'clock rolls around, that's normally when people are going to start getting off work. That's when you're going to get off work.
Yeah, and then bring it
When do I make the announcement to the town?
It's up to you. Do you want to do a verbal announcement, or do you want to do a postage announcement?
What will be the commonality, like the common thing that we've done this town? We say
Postage is less dramatic.
Okay.
Verbal announcement is more something like everybody needs to know right now, and I need to contain this situation.
It's the muck and fusses. I want them
I
to know we're having a celebration of their life tonight. That is something important. So I feel like they would want to know that. And the prairie tick stuff can be shoved to the side.
Yes,
So
I agree. However, so how are you
I'll probably put in an announcement and then let everyone know like a little like extra here.
I thought the Muck and Fusses lived out of town.
But they live in our hearts. That's where they.
I'm just trying to figure out how you're making this announcement.
I'll put it on a post-it thing.
Yeah, well, because you could just ride into the center of town and start yelling.
Just start shooting. They're dead. They're all dead.
You could do that. But it's not like there's a PA system.
Right.
I'm kidding.
So I'll put it on the bulletin board in front of the sheriff's office. I'll say that.
Okay.
That's probably where I would imagine people want to get some news there and saying, hey, extra, warning, prairie ticks on the rise, steep caution, do not travel not be on the roads past nightfall.
Sure.
Also, celebration of life of the Muck and Fusses.
6-night event.
Taken from us too soon. Today is going to be the physical challenge part of the celebration.
Sure.
So I'll say
Day 1.
for the purposes of, so you guys want to go to the farm
Yes.
and talk to Clara, right?
Yes.
I'll say for the purposes of keeping everybody together, you guys notice him on the way to the tavern.
As we're nailing in the saying of prairie ticks. And then we hear someone saying, well, thank God I got these prairie tick tonics.
Yeah.
You don't hear that.
Hey.
Oh.
What the hell is that guy doing over
Up to no good as usual, it seems.
there? So what is he doing? Is he packing up shop or is he in the process of selling stuff?
No, he's got his handbag, and he's just walking to
Oh,
the
so he's not
tavern.
gonna... Hey!
The tavern is, if you remember our original
Gotcha.
battle map setup, is from the sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the immediate right of the sheriff's office. Easier to break up drunken brawls that way.
Is that a Cletus Jackson I see over there?
The man of the hour. How are
Oh,
you doing today,
shit.
Cletus?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Where are you off to at this hour?
Oh, just making my way down to the tavern.
Oh, well... That's such a Cletus thing to say. But, you handled yourself so well last night,
Shit.
Hey, I don't think we could have done it without you, man. And we're just about to go head out to the Kissin' City Ranch right now to go talk to the girl. And, I would very much like if you came along. You were so well...
The kissing who?
The Kissin' Tell?
O'Leary.
The O'Leary Ranch, that what?
Farm.
It's O'Leary's farm.
A farm.
It's the Kissin' Ranch
Kissin'
and
Ranch.
the O'Leary farm.
Okay.
What the hell, the O'Leary farm? Now wait, who's this one again?
The lady we rescued last night. You remember
Oh
the big shootout?
shit!
with
Oh
Red
yeah,
Robin
dude,
Hill?
I got fucked last night.
Yeah.
Hey, little TMI though, but we won't hold you for it. So, hey, but the girl liked you a little bit, so maybe you can warm her up, because we gotta get to
Oh,
what's going on,
the female. Oh yeah, she was scared as hell. Wait, she wasn't even scared. No, what was going on with her?
That's what we're gonna go find
That's what
out.
we're gonna find out. But you seem like you're well with words. Help her put her at ease while we interrogate her. Well, not interrogate her. She didn't do anything wrong. Story's just not adding up a little bit, so we kind of need you to come along with us. Help us out a little bit.
What's it in for me? I thought. Hold on. I thought that I settled my end of the bargain with you guys.
Well,
About
to see
that
you
last night.
did, but then...
And I also was held up that one time too. Remember that time that you had those bandits or whatever the hell they were that came up to me at my camp?
Yeah, and then after...
I almost got shot.
And after you got the girl back, we were even, right? We were done.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you drank my whiskey last night.
Yeah, I thought that was part of the deal.
That really wasn't, That was a good bottle, so I think you owe me right now.
I can give you what I got just a little bit. I really don't want to give
I don't know. I mean, it was a pretty good bottle, so, well, why don't you just come along with us, man,
Listen.
I mean, we can go, if you don't want to, I guess we can just, figure out, where your papers are for staying in here and get official papers. I mean, if you don't want to do that, you just come along with us,
Hey. Chill.
No, we're chill. Are you chill?
Listen.
Are you chill?
Listen. I don't want to do any fighting.
No
I
fighting
don't,
anymore.
you don't lead me into some cabin or some place where, you know, I'm sneaking around. I ain't rescuing any more little girls. And if you lead me to a place that has them damn ticks, that's it.
Well, if we don't head out right now, I mean, we might run into some ticks, so we should go out right now, you know?
Listen, Cletus, you're a man of considerable expertise in all sorts of interesting areas, and now you don't have to think of yourself as a frontline warrior, more as a moral support. Now, how does that sound? Maybe you get a little
Moral support without morals, right?
yeah, maybe we can find a mutually beneficial situation out of all this, but you won't know unless you come along.
Yeah, you're right. $1 each.
No, I like it, Cletus.
I know you do.
And I think we got off on the wrong foot. Now, you really got to think about what you have to gain out of this situation.
Yeah, I got to gain $1 from each of you.
Quite frankly, it's a lot. Now, the $1 that you might gain... Listen, we're not going to pay you $1 to come along with us.
50 cents.
We're not going to pay you at all to come along
God
with
damn
us.
it, you cheap as hell.
But...
John.
Okay, here's what we can do.
Oh, shit.
How about we play a hand of poker? If I win, you come along with us. If you win, I'll give you 50 cents.
Let's keep it at $1.
I'll give you $1.
And you
Let's
still
do it.
come with us?
Yeah, but you still have to come with us.
That's fine. Yeah, you pay me, and I'll come with. All right.
See,
Now, if I lose, I forfeit what I would have gained from you guys. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Well, as far as the monetary, just the monetary aspect of it, you know.
A man of integrity. See, that's what I like about you, Cletus.
Oh, well, of course. Let's play ourselves around.
So, we can simulate a round of cards with this system by both of you rolling a gambling check for me.
Okay.
Which for you, John, is not a -2.
Yeah.
But it's a horse roll that it would be.
Is George giving support?
3.
You can spend a penny if you want.
Let me see how much money I have.
5.
5, okay. You have a free reroll if you want, don't forget. But we haven't resolved yet, he's deciding.
Well, I'm not going to re-roll just yet.
You know what? No, I think I'll give him the $1 because I think my character knows that'll kind of shut him up a little bit about.
Okay, sure.
So, all right, it seems the better man has won.
You play a hand of poker. One thing you notice about him is that you like to play poker with guys that have wandering eyes, talk a lot, give themselves away. Stony as an Easter Island head.
Call him Easter Duncan.
He's a guy he may not look it by the way he presents himself, but this is a guy who can gamble. He can play a hand of cards. It's hard to read him. But you do pick up on his tell after a couple hands. I would like you, since he beat you, I would like you to describe to him what your character's tell is. This is a good role-playing, character-building moment for both of you. So,
My tell is that I start bouncing my leg when I have a bad hand.
a bad hand? Okay.
Oh, and he's like trying to bluff about it, like, you know, it's kind of like the lies, like he's trying to keep the lie because he doesn't like lying.
It's
you know,
not it's more like it's like you're trying to figure out like how to kind of get out of it a
gotcha.
little bit and start into it's
Okay.
like a kind of subconscious like tick, you know what I mean?
So you win $1, and you learn his tell, but everybody gets what they want.
Why, thank you.
Well,
Yeah, you play valiantly, man.
I must say you are one hell of a gambler, Cletus. If a man were to take my money today, I guess I'm glad it's you.
No, anytime, Duncan.
Now, how about you come along with us to the ranch and let's see what we can dig up about this Clara girl.
All right, let's go find out.
All right.
So you guys ride to the farm.
Wait, could I fill up my thing beforehand?
Yeah, absolutely. At the tavern. Okay, so that's gonna be. It was not fully empty. Oh, did you empty it last night?
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be.
Because I needed it to get. I drank the rest when we were
Yeah.
coming back from.
I think that's 50 cents to fill a full flask. I'd have to open the book, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna.
That sounds.
50 cents sounds.
I'm gonna charge you 50 for a full flask.
All right.
Whiskey?
Whiskey.
Okay, cool. He asked you if you want him to put rocks in it.
No. This time I'll do it just straight whiskey.
Oh, okay, alright, okay. And you guys ride. George, he has to ride with you because George will not let him ride.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Good old George.
And you guys ride towards the farm where you see the first person you see is Dale, doing end of the day kind of labor, chopping firewood. And the house is behind him. He's at the tree stump. You kind of notice them riding up, but it's you notice them and then they keep doing your work. But as they approach.
Well, officers. How we doing today?
Hello, Dale. How's she holding up?
Interestingly, you haven't seen her all night.
I dropped her off after we got back from the mission and I just kind of let her rest.
She been resting all day?
From what I know, I haven't seen her since I dropped her off. I was actually going to go check on her in a few minutes. If you want to wait and help me with this firewood, bring it up to the house.
Trying to get some cheap labor out of us, aren't you, Dale?
Yeah,
Business
well,
as usual, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not any fighting or rescuing girls, so help us out with some firewood.
And I'll look back
That wasn't
over
part of
it,
the contract.
and I'll
Just
see
help with some
Cletus.
Hey, chop damn firewood.
I mean,
I
you
come
did
here coming
say-
to talk to a girl.
You did say you didn't want to be part of the shoot in and the fight in and the
This is
singing,
the
but you
lifting.
didn't say anything about not being part of the wood cut.
I thought I was under you something. I'm
Let
getting.
me make it simple for you, Cletus. Pick a stack of logs up.
Son of a bitch. The last time I ever come out with you guys.
I come and get as much as I can hand, and I hand everybody else.
Yeah.
Start walking towards the house.
Yeah, he made it easy enough to collect what you got.
I just put her on one shoulder,
Yeah. You can carry it if you want. You'd probably be exempt from carrying since you have one hand.
Why? Just over the shoulder,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so like up here?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not going to be taking pity on you. I'm going to carry my own wood.
I got you. And you have no problem handling it because
Right.
of your new edge.
Right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
ambidextrous. Let's go.
Yep.
We go. To
So
the house.
you bring it up to the house.
Oh.
Dust your hands off.
Dust my hand off.
And we're here. You, for politeness' sake, you would probably go into the house first.
Yeah.
And let everybody know that the long are here.
Mhm.
Rowan's name. You know Rowan.
Mhm.
Let me just find his wife's name real quick for your notes. Rowan O'Leary.
Mary. McFutson?
What?
McFutson?
Her
Bucket
name
Futz?
is
Tonight?
Fuckers. I hope so.
Motherfucker.
Lydia O'Leary. And your shift is it's quitting time. You're kind of finishing up work. At this point, you're finishing up work that you don't want to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get paid monthly. So you've been paid for the month, but that's how you get paid.
Cool.
So you let them know. We can role play it if you want, or you just let them know.
Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. O'Leary, just wanted to let you all know that 2 officers that helped us rescue your daughter, plus another one of the people that helped us rescue your daughter is here. Just want to talk to you. Just wanted to let you all know before I let them in.
Oh, that's fine. Bring them on in. I think I still have some iced tea I can whip up real quick.
Oh, no need for any iced tea. Won't be too long. We just want to go check on the girl, see how she's doing.
Well, you're not in there yet.
All right, fellas. He says to his closed screen door.
So you're brought inside. Rowan comes over. You saw him recently, but a short, stocky man. He's got auburn hair, keeps it close cut. He's got a little bit of stubble coming in, needs a shave. Comes in, shakes all your hands, got a big working man's handshake. But for you guys, you guys shoot guns for a living, so you got softer hands.
More delicate hands.
So he shakes all your hands. Gentlemen, I'm so happy to see you all. Thank you so much for all you've done for me. It's good Christian boys out here. Thank the Lord that we have you in our town, and thank you, sir, for all your help. I know Dale's a good man. He did some good work. I'm happy to have him, but I don't think it would have been possible without you boys. So, thank you. Come on in. Have a seat. Come on in.
Thank you very much for inviting us in.
He takes you over to the sitting room, and then he goes over to the staircase, and he shouts up the stairs, "Clara! The deputies are here to say they got some questions for you." He comes back in and he sits down. Lydia, his wife, comes in. She's got a small tea tray of some cookies and biscuits and stuff. She sets that down. And, "Can I get you boys anything? Some tea? Iced tea? I've got tea."
A glass of iced tea would be absolutely divine, miss.
You got it, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, and a glass of whiskey would be great.
She looks at her husband. She's like, "Yeah, give it." It's one of those things, walk in.
I lean over.
I was gonna say we all kind of have like a.
But you are given a glass of whiskey.
Wow.
Thank you, ma'am.
You notice that it's a little shy.
She went.
Yeah, but it is whiskey.
It's a half count.
Dale, you want anything to drink?
I'll just take water. Yeah, I appreciate
I'll
it.
take a water as well.
Here's a little glass of water. Clara comes down, out of, appears to have bathed, out of the dirty clothes. She's there. Comes and sits down. So, here she is. So how much are you guys wanting to let on? This is just going forward in this conversation.
We don't want to let the parents know that we find anything suspicious. We don't want to we don't want this to be an interrogation. We want to just ask questions.
Is that a consensus?
Yes.
Yes. Will I be able to pull the parents aside eventually and kind of talk to them?
If you want to, you could even tag team and have one person.
So can we say that? Because I would imagine we've talked this before. Because I talked to him about saying, "Hey, I find it weird the way she was acting during this when we went to rescue her.
Yeah, you guys.
She wasn't acting like someone that has been kidnapped.
9-person shootout.
Yeah,
she looked like she was fine.
Yeah.
She So I want to say that we might have to do a thing where we pull away from the parents and get her, by herself, so we can kind of ask her more hard-hitting questions, figure out what's going on.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is maybe why we have some back with us.
So I will allow you guys to open the conversation, speak to who you want, and we'll play it out. And I'll ask for rolls as we go.
Right. So when she comes down, can I do a notice check on her as she's coming down? Does she have the same demeanor once when we rescued her? I want to say that.
Yes. Do a notice check.
I would also like to look at her since I didn't really get a good look at her before we did the rescue.
Go ahead. Roll notice check.
7.
7 total. That's so that's a success.
I didn't see the other one. I don't think it was single 2.
5. That is also a success. She seems less shaken.
Okay.
Happy to be home, more comfortable.
Okay. Seems about normal then. Okay.
Yeah. Seems about normal.
Mine was for noticing to see if she was distressed, like heavy bags, visible scratches that I didn't notice.
None of that.
She wasn't. Okay, so that wasn't hey, she's more nervous to be interrogated. She's fine to be I guess that.
Seems to
be.
be.
Okay. All right. That's
Seems to
fine.
be fine to be interrogated.
Okay.
Seems almost happy to see you guys.
Awesome. Okay.
I'll light a cigar and sit for just sit down.
Lydia wouldn't let you smoke in the house. Damn.
Yeah, they don't let you steal her
You don't
whiskey.
smoke in the house.
Yeah, you
Come
don't steal her
on.
whiskey. That's the only thing with this guy that she just met. Clara?
You could also, I mean, the sitting room is right next to the. You could step outside with the door open and smoke and listen.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. But,
Yeah.
you know, a woman's not going to like. She won't even let her husband smoke in the house.
Yeah, I'll do it and I'll just lean on the frame. But
Yeah.
I'll have the cigar shooting out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hello, Clara. You look like you're in better spirits today.
Oh, I am, Deputy. I'm just so grateful to be back home.
You holding up good? It was a little bit of a traumatic experience that you went through. We should make sure that you're holding up okay.
Yeah, I've been real thirsty today, but I'm doing good.
Well, looks like your mom's got some fine iced tea and some delicious water, so
yeah,
help yourself.
my mama take good care of me.
Thank you. You got a good mom to help take care of you. We just want to ask you what you were doing, to what happened, and how you got taken by the Young Brothers, because, you know, we take their antics very seriously in our town, and we want to make sure that the reason for you getting taken wasn't them trying new things in our town, and we want to make sure what they're up to, also, number one, and, you know, number two.
Well, I was out.
I
was out riding my horse, riding out went out to the big rock because there's a lot of space to ride around. I know I'm not supposed to be out there after dark, but I just lost track of time. I didn't have a timepiece on me, and it got dark, and then these.
You didn't look up.
Well, I did, but it was, you know,
The town gets away from
it
you.
got dark. I was having fun. And you can roll notice if you want.
Yeah.
If you anytime you want to roll a check to see.
I know. We know why she was there because her fling told us. They usually were right out.
If we keep rolling notice checks, do we take penalties for subsequent?
I won't let you roll repeat notice checks. If you're looking for something different, then you can roll a notice check. Or if you like want to question, if something I say sticks out to you, and you're like that.
So not quite like we can't roll it like every question, but
Yes.
we're allowed to do it as we're.
Yeah,
talking.
if something sticks out to you and you're like, I need to know this information.
Okay.
You're rolling a. You can't
You're looking
just.
to notice something specific.
You can't roll a notice check, a general notice check, and be like, give me the information.
Yeah.
But if you're like that specific.
That was weird. Tell me
It's
why.
weird. Yeah.
I got a 5 on it.
So, you did succeed. She doesn't appear to know what you're talking about. Legitimately doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
When I said you didn't look up to see that it was getting dark?
No, on what you're implying, you're trying to imply that
She was meeting somebody.
meeting somebody literally doesn't seem to.
Good. Okay.
She doesn't understand. She's not vibing with like what you're trying to glean from her.
Good.
She looks a little confused. I was having fun.
Now, Clara, I understand this is a very difficult time for you, and obviously your safety is our number one priority, but really try to think about that night, and is there anything that stuck out as strange or unusual to you?
Well, other than being kidnapped, goes quiet for a long time. Is clearly trying to think back. Nothing more unusual than that.
Now, Clara, how did they're the O'Learys, right?
O'Leary.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did the O'Leary boys treat you when you were taken in at the house?
DM is confused.
No, the Younger Brothers. The Younger Brothers.
The Yonder. Okay.
I was gonna say she lives at.
She lives at the O'Learys. Okay.
She's Clara O'Leary.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
sorry, I'm
the
getting.
owner,
No, I just want to make sure I understand what you're asking.
Okay, so she was kidnapped and brought to
The
the
Yonder Brothers hideout.
Okay. Now, so I'll ask that question again, but
Well, no, I get what you're trying to say. I was trying to figure it out
Yeah.
as the dungeon master.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold you. I understand that.
The penalty.
This is all
Yeah.
make believe. I understand. I just want to make sure that I understood the question you were trying to ask. Continue.
Okay. Did you notice how did the Yanos treat you when you were in their captivity?
They wasn't. I mean, they wasn't too rough, but they wasn't nice either. They locked me in a room, and I mean, none of them beat on me or anything, but they wasn't kind or nothing. They shoved me around and made threats and all sorts of nasty things they was gonna do to me, but they never laid. They wasn't beating on me, if that's what you're asking.
No, was there anything that they said that may have come across as unusual for the situation to you?
I'm sorry, Deputy. I was scared. They were making threats. And
That's okay.
Were
I
both
don't
of
know
them there?
Mhm.
Were both of them there? Atticus and
That's a
Aaron?
good question. Was Atticus yonder there as well?
He was there. He left.
Oh, okay, so he was there. Interesting. So he
Did
knows.
he leave
Okay.
in like a hurry? Did you happen to see him leave?
No, they kept me in the room.
Okay.
I heard him say he was going to meet somebody.
Need somebody for what?
I didn't hear. I just heard him say he was going to meet somebody.
You said you were riding your horse. Is your horse? You still have your horse with you, or what happened to your horse?
I don't know.
I looked to her parents. Like, is your horse back here, or?
No,
Did we kill our horse at the shootout?
No.
he didn't kill it. He didn't see a horse.
Oh, should Atticus
Yeah.
might have taken it.
Claire, Rowan says, "No, we ain't seen Old Dunn anywhere."
All done. So, I'm gonna try to use this opportunity to kind of split away from her parents.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stand. I was like, do you mind, while Duncan continues to ask questions, sister, do you mind taking me to the stables? I want to see if I can find pictures of this horse, maybe, or any like a description of the horse that I can kind of find.
Sure, Dale, come with us.
Okay.
So Rowan's gonna take you to the stables.
Okay.
Since that's happening in the future, because you guys are walking, we're gonna stay here for now.
Right.
EJ, can you do me a favor and turn that light a little bit? Because you're kind of in shadow. I just noticed that, because when I set it up, there was only 3 people. You gotta turn the whole.
Oh.
Like that should be better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so much better. Okay.
Does look better.
So we're gonna go with you two first. So you're in here with Clara, her mother. Is there any further questions you guys want to ask? Anything you want to ask? Because you've been quiet. And we'll get to you guys in a second.
So the dad is with them, right?
He's taking them to the stables.
Okay, because I want to talk to the parents separate from the girl, but because I don't want to. The questions I want to ask the parents, I don't want to ask them in front of the girl.
You could just say.
You can leave. Like, hey, do you mind if I go talk? Because you can talk to the parents alone. Like, that's not a problem.
Mhm.
What I wanted to kind of like talk to the girl alone. So you can like say, can I talk to her and leave him alone with the girl?
Yeah.
Could do that. Yeah.
So do some magic tricks, you know?
What's her last name?
O'Leary.
Okay.
Lilia, right?
Lydia is the
Lydia's
mom.
the mom.
Clara
is
is
the
the
daughter.
Gotcha.
Mrs. O'Leary, we thank you for all of your generous hospitality and cooperation in this matter. Is it okay if I step outside with you and ask you a couple of questions regarding the whole thing?
Sure, deputy. Here,
Alright,
step in the kitchen.
Cletus, you'll be alright here for now?
Okay. Yeah,
I
I'll
know
be fine.
you are quite the silver-tongued devil, so I assume, you'll be able to keep yourself occupied.
So you're splitting off, so we're going to stay here with you. You're in the room with her.
So, you mind running back your story one more time from the top?
Where do you want me to start from?
Now, I get forgetful these days, and what happens to me is I end up consuming quite a bit of whiskey, and certain memories become kind of fuzzy for me. So I'm just wondering if you could start from before you were kidnapped and lead us all the way through your events.
Well, like I says, I went riding out on Old Dunn.
Why were you riding out there?
Well, there's a lot of space to ride.
Okay.
So I went out, and we was having so much fun, I lost track of time. And then I was out there after dark, and I didn't bring a lantern. I couldn't see. And these two men run up on us and pulled me off of Old Dunn. And they dragged me back to wherever they were staying, and they kept me up in that room. They made such terrible threats and said such nasty, vulgar things to me. And I'm just thankful you all came when you did.
Yeah, because outside of I'm an independent contractor, you see, and
That's a good word for it.
That's funny.
and I deal with retrieving missing people. That's kind of what I do on the outside.
I have no reason to doubt you for that.
Exactly. So that's why I got pulled into the rope. So I don't actually work. I'm not under the sheriff and the deputy sort of deal.
Are you a ranger?
Well, not like I said, I'm more of a private investigator.
Oh my! Are you a Pinkerton?
Man, I can't. I know. Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh! I've read so many novels.
Listen. I know. So basically, what I'm just trying to get at, and I'm trying to get as much information as I can that's going to be useful in this here investigation. So
Yeah. What do you? Well, I told you. I don't know. What do you? Are you looking for the Honda brothers? I can tell you. I can tell you about the Honda, but not more than the deputies can tell you.
You see, like I said, I've dealt with retrieving many people in the past, and usually when someone is kidnapped, when I arrive on the scene to get them, usually they're in quite disarray. And unfortunately, when we came up to get you actually didn't really seem all that upset.
She just looks a little confused.
So, what I'm getting at is, it sounds like you're claiming that you were threatened a lot, correct? By this
Her
Yanni.
face suddenly goes dark. Have we met?
Well, I don't think we would have met. What do you think we would have met?
I'm gonna roll for her.
Brain blast. Brain blast.
Dang.
You was in the window.
Ah, exactly.
Well, I didn't have much to do in the room. I was scared.
You were scared.
Yeah, I mean, I've been locked in there for days.
How many days exactly were you gone?
Well, I don't remember. 2 or 3, I think.
And what kind of threats were they giving to you?
Oh, it's just... My daddy don't like it me using that kind of language. Some ladylike.
Well, don't worry. They're not. No one's around.
Roll persuasion.
Lydia's like this on the side of the kitchen.
He says the words.
You're scratching.
Yeah, this is also, for me, the Dungeon Master, of how dark I'm going to take this episode.
Oh, let's...
2.
Yeah, you ain't getting any more out.
Dang.
You can imagine they're using the kind of language that outlaws would use when they're holding a 14-year-old girl hostage.
Surprise.
Alright, allow your imagination to run wild with that writing prompt.
This is the audience participation part of the game.
We look to the stream.
Okay.
So now I'm kind of sitting there for a little while trying to think of what exactly to ask to get some more information from her. You didn't get hurt at all in any of this altercation.
No, I mean, I got pushed around some and all that, but wasn't nobody beating on me.
Nobody beat on
We
me.
saw that bloody scrap of clothing that we found.
You
at the
guys
lot?
would have kept it as evidence.
Okay.
You can decide between yourselves who has it.
But probably one of us. He wouldn't have it.
No, you two specifically.
Now, before I wrap up here,
I probably.
You now
would
know
probably
it.
have it.
more or less who I am.
I won't tell nobody.
I know. I know. Now you can't even tell the sheriff.
Can I see your badge?
You know what I'm about to do.
No, I didn't think of it. But it's awesome. But it's awesome. I love it.
So I reached out. All right, I'll show you my badge, okay? Like I said, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So I reached down into my bag and
Okay.
I used trinkets to make a Pinkerton badge that has my face on it.
So spend your power points.
Oh my
You
God.
can try to spend less power points.
How do I
if
do
you
that?
want. It's called shorting. So first things first, roll spellcasting, and you decide now if you want to short the spell, which means you could cast this spell for free if you want to, but it's at a negative equal to the number of power points you're trying to short the spell by.
Oh wow.
So how many points?
So this is 3 points.
Oh, I gotcha.
So if you want to spend no power points to cast this, you can make this roll at a -3.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Now, if you fail, there's what's called backlash. That's the caveat. So you get to spend no power points, but there's backlash, which is basically a critical failure.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I like pull out like a
No, you
flimsy
can-
piece of paper.
Yeah, if you want
You pull out a
something else, you
potato.
can always spend bennies to reroll too. I'm just letting you know what would happen.
Okay. 'Cause I think this is going to be really good for persuasion. Maybe she'll give me
Yeah.
some sort of
I mean,
more
do you wanna use the-
information.
are you going to use the power points?
What's that?
Are you using the power points?
I'm going to try and see if I can roll this without using my PowerPoint.
But you can't roll until you decide how you're doing it.
Because if it's go for persuasion, -3 is a lot.
Okay, you know, I'll spend the PowerPoints then. I'll just spend the 3.
You also don't have to go -3. You could do -1 and spend 2 power points.
How many power points do you have in total?
10.
Do they get reset each day?
No, they get reset every 5 hours, I believe.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah. All right, I'll just spend the
Short
3.
rest.
And warlock stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually not. It doesn't work that way in this. So every few hours of rest, you get a certain number of power points back.
interesting. Yeah.
But you have full power points right now because you went to bed. So are you gonna spend all 3? Or-
Yeah, I'll spend all 3.
Okay.
That's fine.
So it's so roll spell casting. If you get a 4 or higher, it succeeds. If not, nothing.
Oh shit, that was
Shit.
Roll.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so
13.
13 total.
Yeah.
You rolled 2
You
sixes.
can. With a raise, I believe you can make bigger stuff on trinkets.
Pulls out of
I think-
like a trophy.
No, I think it can be a maximum of 2 pounds on a raise. So you can jazz this up a little. Because you cast a powerful spell just then.
Here's the award I just won.
Yeah.
Pulls
Mark,
out a
you
card.
did an FBI
You got
badge?
your PowerPoints marked that you.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it. I got it marked.
So just
All right,
you
So
pull out a badge.
I reach in, and I pull out like a little, like a leather wallet sort of deal.
Yeah.
And it opens up. On one end, you see a Pinkerton badge.
Yeah.
Glistening. It's perfect. Then
Solid gold.
on the other side, you got my identification card on it.
What's the fake name that's on there?
Oh shit! I didn't think that far.
I'm just having fun with it. If you don't have to say it, if you don't want to, I just thought it'd be fun.
Because I feel like if I put a fake name on it and then they come back and she refers to me as like, oh, unless I say that Cletus is my alias.
It doesn't matter. Remember, that badge goes away.
It should
It's
say just
temporary.
have a Cletus on there as well. I mean, right? Shouldn't it have his name
It's
on
up to
there?
him. He was-
Yeah, I'll just have Cletus on
You
there.
okay?
Cletus Jackson III.
Sure.
It opens it up, and then like, you know, outside also falls out is like a picture,
Okay.
and on the picture is me with a bunch of other Pinkertons like graduating classes.
Yeah. I love it.
Shaking hands with
With
No,
the
I love
president.
Yeah.
No, you're shaking. Let's jazz it up. You're shaking hands with Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my god.
current president shaking hands with a bunch of other guys, and it's perfect. It's not an illusion. It's real.
But that's only so he can't give that to anywhere else. It goes away, right?
No, he can't.
Oh, so it stays forever?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I can give it to people.
Yeah.
It will disappear.
Yeah, eventually it disappears.
You go.
but
Hey, hold on to this. Don't lose it. Okay, put
he
it in the wallet.
summons essentially, and your characters don't know this, but players. He summons an object. He manifests it. It's real, but
That's
it will
awesome.
eventually go away.
That's
Wow. That's crazy.
She's blown away.
Now, if there's anything at all, that you can add to help aid in this investigation, that would be greatly appreciated.
And I'll give you this match.
I'm sorry, I can't help anymore.
All right.
I will let you, if you want to, roll a cult.
A what?
A cult. It's a skill. If you don't
Oh,
have
CC.
it, D4 minus 2 wild die.
D4 minus 2.
Anytime.
Okay, I'll use a Benny.
Okay.
I don't actually have Benny, so I'm just going to use my...
Sure. Well, the bennies are there if anybody
Bennies
wants to
are
pass
here.
them out.
Sorry.
You guys get 3 each. But anyway, so you have 2, but you can re-roll this. You can spend as many bennies as you want to try to get some information.
He knows it.
You got one, sir?
Oh, that's not a good.
Wow.
Well,
So if you don't want to spend, wait, is that a critical?
That's a
fail?
crit fail.
Wow.
In this situation, I don't think a critical failure would have a negative on you. So
it's just like I just don't get anything.
you get nothing additional.
Damn.
Let's try to throw you a bone.
The only one that has a call, I think, is Justin, right?
Nobody has a call.
Okay.
Justin is science.
Okay. All right.
Just in this.
We go to the next person. So you and you go into the kitchen with Lydia.
Can we assume, just for simplicity's sake, that she would have all the information that the dad would?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she would. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Not like the dad knows things how like she doesn't advice for like questioning's sake. So I don't have to like wait for the dad to come back in to like get the information.
Well, you could always compare information with him.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
And we can. You guys don't have to role play that because John is going to hear what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys could just say we share information.
Cool.
Which I would have assumed you would anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Mrs. O'Leary, again, I just want to say thank you for being so strong in this time. I know that this is a very stressful time for everyone involved. Now, about Clara, have you noticed anything unusual going on, or maybe strange things she's said lately?
no, she hasn't said anything strange. She stayed up in her room most of today, but I just figured that was a shock.
Question: is it nighttime out right now?
No, it's about 5. You have a watch if you want to look at it.
Well, I mean, like physically.
Look
like,
out the window.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's daytime.
Okay. That's fine.
Late afternoon, but daytime.
Gotcha. Has she mentioned any unusual names or people or places that she hasn't brought up previously?
No, she ain't said much at all. Actually, she answered questions, but she ain't said much at all, really.
And now your daughter going out riding in the fields, would you consider this normal behavior?
Well, yes, but I tell her she better be home before sundown. Between you and me, I ain't punished her yet, but God willing, I will have words with her. But I didn't want to stress her out too much after this. Just happy to have her home. You
No,
understand? But-
you're a good mother, Mrs. O'Leary. What else I would ask her? Now, have you personally
Did you
noticed?
guys decide who has the?
She did us.
Okay.
Have you personally noticed anything strange going on around here, not including Clara?
Around here, around the ranch, around the farm.
Yeah, where Clara was taken was. Is that the general area?
It's a significant distance from.
Significant
the farm.
distance. Okay.
Yeah. But not like, but significant walking distance. Horse,
Mhm.
not so bad.
Have you noticed anything unusual in general lately? You know, not around the farm, but just while you're out and about.
I can't say I have.
There was a man trying to sell me snake oil down the market today.
It was me. I can't say I have, Deputy. Should I be on the lookout?
Not a problem. I will say that Ad and I, we've been having some issues with some of the local wildlife. Highly recommend you stay indoors whenever possible. But that's
Berry ticks again, huh?
prayer ticks.
I got myself a store of castor oil. We'll be okay.
Well, you're more prepared than a lot of people in town. I'll tell you that much, Mr. O'Leary. Now I'll let you go. I just have one more thing. Do you recognize this piece of cloth? I hand her the bloody thing.
Well, this is the dress she was wearing the night she went missing.
Now,
But she came back wearing it.
she was when we found her. She was in good shape, right? She wasn't like
Dirty, but in
Not bloody.
yeah,
not
not
bloody.
Not bloody. Okay. Was she wearing? She wasn't wearing the same dress,
The
right?
same dress.
Found her?
The
Oh,
exact
she
same
was
dress.
wearing the same.
Mhm.
The same dress, just wasn't tattered and bloody.
Okay. This is the same dress that she wore that night.
Yeah, that's it. What is that? Blood?
Now we're still trying to put together a lot of the pieces here, Miss O'Leary. I don't want to alarm you too much. There's a lot of information that we don't know yet, and so that's all I'm asking these questions for. Now you've been an excellent help. If you want to rejoin your daughter, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to head out with my partner to the stable and see if we can come back. Actually, I'll go back into the room with Clara and the mom.
Okay.
I'll bring her back in there.
We go to you two, going out to the stables. So Rowan's leading you out to the well, actually, kind of Dale's leading you out to the stables, and Rowan's talking to you.
Right.
Real grateful what you done, Deputy.
It's all part of the job, you know. Just want to make this town safe. If anyone goes missing, I do it for anyone. So, but I appreciate, you know, the thanks. Just keep your eye on the girl, you know. Something like this isn't something a girl of 14 years of age should have to experience in their life. So,
Preaching to the choir, Deputy. But I really appreciate. But I have a feeling that you don't got to sugarcoat it with me, Deputy. I know you're here for a reason. So, what do you want to talk about?
this is the dad.
Yeah. I'm sure Dale's interested as well. Dale, you ain't got to play. You ain't got to play coy.
So I can like come out honest and just be here. All right. So I'm gonna be honest with the dad. Okay.
You probably talked a little bit with him when you brought her back, pulled
Yeah.
him aside, and said, "Things are a little weird out there."
Yeah. Sure.
We don't want to say this around her or the wife, but when we found her, things didn't add up. Like her story she was saying was a little, I don't want to say fishy. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure something got happened where she got taken, but you know, around this town, weird stuff has happened in the past. So,
Quick question: the fabric that they have, I saw that, right?
That was collected at Big Rock, yeah.
so
And the dress that she was wearing when we found her was like normal, like
Not
there was
tear.
nothing wrong with it.
Well, it was dirty.
but it wasn't torn or
but
bloody.
It
wasn't
wasn't
ripped.
torn or bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have been weird.
Exactly. That's one of the things I was gonna say. So when we found her, didn't seem like a girl that was been holed up for days. She seemed more not shaken. She was more kind of confused, kind of just waiting. It's hard to explain. Just girl, 14 years old. In that situation, I would expect to be more shaken, more traumatized. She seems like she's doing fine. Could, of course, could be a strong girl. But also, we found a bloodied,
She's a lot stronger than her brother, I'll tell you that.
We also
I
found...
didn't mean to interrupt you. Just go.
No, we also found a bloodied scrap of, clothing that looked like her dress, but her dress seemed just fine, so... I was a little weird as well. She doesn't have a spare dress or anything, does she? No, like, I noticed,
Which
like...
dress?
The one she came back in that wasn't torn or bloody, just...
No, she ain't got
She doesn't, have
one
a,
of those.
she doesn't have a spare dress? You haven't noticed any dresses going missing?
Not that one.
Okay.
I'll buy all her clothes.
That one's is that a special dress to her?
Well, no.
Okay.
It's
Wasn't
not
sure.
like a church dress.
And also... The Yonda brothers, they seem afraid of her.
What?
Younger brother.
Well, the people there, the gang.
Well, the gang's called the Yonda Brothers.
Yeah, they seem afraid of her. Seemed like they didn't want anything to do with her. In their reaction, she just walked up on them. They didn't kidnap her, and as soon as she came in, weird stuff started happening. Now, I don't trust the Yonda brothers as far as I can throw them, and I can't throw them far with one hand. So, I won't put too much...
I'll give you a penny for that. I'll give you 4 pennies.
So I won't put too much stock into that, but it's still something to keep in the back of your head with all the weird stuff that's going on. And with all these weird stuff adding up, I just can't place something in my mind, man. There's something that's sticking out. And have you noticed anything weird, anything at all, since she's been back? Have you felt any different? Anything at all?
No, but I got a question.
What's up? You can shoot me
You
straight.
didn't find old Dunn? Didn't find a dead horse? Nothing?
We didn't find a big rock, right?
We didn't find a damn
Did we find tracks?
We found plenty of horse tracks.
Horse track. We didn't follow the horse tracks, though.
No. But they were confusing. Like a struggle happened with the horse.
Right.
But you didn't find
We
the
didn't
horse.
find any blood on the ground either by the rock. It was just that piece of
We
fabric.
Yeah.
we didn't find, it was just the fabric, no blood, right?
Because
Yeah.
we rolled several times looking
nothing.
for blood. I remember that.
Yeah. We found the horse tracks. We found them around at the rock, but no sign of horse.
Not one drop of blood except for the blood on that fabric.
A good riding horse hard to come by. I feel like you would have seen it at their hideout. But we didn't find it dead, and it didn't run off.
It's taken.
My only thing could have been the brother that wasn't there who wrote it out. That was kind of my thinking, but I mean,
Maybe.
we didn't really see any horses at the hideout, period.
That's all I can really think of. I mean, what you're saying sounds strange. Real strange. But that's all I can think. If we couldn't find the horse, maybe you're right. Maybe he did ride it out. Maybe Atticus took it for himself. But he used to be a man who liked fine wine and expensive things.
Dunn was a good horse. That's the only thing I can glean from it. Is that he's recognized a fine piece of product and wanted to take it for himself.
I can try to talk to Clara privately, maybe let you know what she says, but honestly, she seems normal since you came back. A little shell-shocked at first, but...
The one other thing, just when we came in, the other birds didn't look good either. So if you feel sickly at all, or something weird's going on, notice anything, just let us know right away, okay?
Of course, Eddie.
Poor Dunn.
Yeah, it was a good horse.
Here we are on the stables, boys.
I think it was just a cover.
It was for sure. Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, but we didn't.
We just stop and turn around and like, oh, well, I guess we
Then when you turn around, it's like, hey, you guys want to check out the stables?
Here they are, alright. Never
Oh.
mind.
I see what happened.
So we'll say you guys reconvene back at the house. Any more you guys want to do? Or...
You want to talk about the parents, or I mean, I can just let you know what's going on. But
Yeah, that's fine. Would it be uncouth if we investigated her room?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Would that be weird?
No. Kinda, but no. You know,
Okay.
as
Would it be easier for them if I was in the room with them, someone of the farm?
it's not that, it's that
Just
she's
a lady's belongings.
fine and it's a lady's belongings.
Right.
And it would be different if it was like she was missing.
It'd be different if, like, there was, because
We didn't just bring her back.
we
Yeah.
don't, like, suspect her of, like, anything. It's not like there's anything that, like, she's really done. It's so, like, I find it hard also to kind of, like,
So to recap the information to help you guys out a little bit, there's the major piece of evidence was that big plant.
we kept the plan, too, actually. Right? I brought that back with me, so I have
You have
the
a
plan.
piece of it, yeah. That's the one thing that's kind of the
I'm gonna see if
missing-
she recognizes the plan, actually, when I come back.
The missing jigsaw seems to be that.
I'm gonna bring that up to her. I forgot about that. I have that with me. So when we come back there, I'm gonna bring it up with her.
So, thank you for tuning into this episode of Dice and Men. It really helps us out if you would like and subscribe. That's kind of how the algorithm brings our videos to the front. And we hope you're enjoying this content. I would also like to ask a question down in the comments section. Is our audio difficult to hear? We've had some audio problems. We're trying to work through it. So let us know in the comments what we can do differently, how we can improve. We want to make this interesting and fun for all of you. So please help us out and we'll continue to bring content to you. But we're going to take a quick break. Thank you so much for tuning in with us and we will see you shortly.